Professor, do you really think the treasure could be located here?
Look closely at this painting, Luke. I'm sure it holds the key to the Reinhold fortune.
But I've already looked at it.
If we solve this mystery, Luke, I'm certain we'll come face to face with the Reinhold treasure. Touch the painting where the golden apple is hidden. So, if you noticed in the cutscene, Flora had a little birthmark somewhere around her neck. So it's right down here. Luke!
Oh. What is it?
It's your line.
Sorry, it's just that I was having lag, that's why.
No, it's fine.
Alright, I remember now. It's right here. Aha! A hidden switch.
The switch seems to have activated the wall.
And to see that Reinhold Manor held the secret behind this painting all along.
What if someone actually knew that secret to begin with and didn't even bother to, you know, take Flora in with her, just steal all the shit? Still you.
Sorry, I'm not kidding.
That's fine.
It looks like there's a passage that leads farther in.
Oh. Let's see where this passage goes. Oh. Oh, my goodness, look at this place. I had no idea.
Now, how in the world did you know the switch was hidden in the painting?
Listen closely, Luke. I have psychic powers, I have x-ray vision, there's a giant brain hidden in this hat, that's why I wear this top hat, don't question me.
Now before we end the game, let me do something, because my sister wants to play Minecraft, and she wants me to start the game for her, so give me a second.
Alrighty, I will. Wisdom wasn't the only thing Baron Reinhold required of potential guardians for his only daughter. You saw it too, did you not? A peculiar mark on her neck that only appeared when she laughed? In other words, Baron Reinhold set out one last requirement for the potential inheritor to his fortune. He wanted someone who could make Flora smile again after losing those dear to her. To that person, and that person only, would Baron Reinhold reveal the location of his actual fortune. It's unbelievable, Professor, but it all makes sense now. You want to be a little bit of Baron Reinhold? Flora, my little Flora. Where's that voice coming from? Flora, you've made it here at last. That voice? Papa, is that you? Papa? My dear Flora, has the village watched over you as I would have? I built Saint Mystere for you so that you would never have to know true loneliness. Well, to be fair, Bruno did the actual building, but that's beside the point. In any case, if you've come this far, I suppose it's safe to assume my plan was a success. My greatest regret is that I'm not there to see you become a young woman. Please know that I want nothing more than for you to be happy. Whether the person by your side right now can give you that or not is up to you, I suppose. And to you who have found your way to my daughter's side, you have my heartiest congratulations. If you could make it through the barrage of puzzles I set before you, I imagine a person of your abilities has already caught on, but allow me to reveal Saint Mystere's secret. The secret of Saint Mystere? Recently, I was told by my psychic that I didn't have much time left on this earth. I can come to terms with dying, but the thought of leaving my only child alone in the world torments me. This is why I've commissioned Bruno to construct Saint Mystere. At least this way, she'll be safe and protected until she's old enough to venture to the outside world. Streets and buildings are the bones of a village, but its heart is the people who live in it. This is why I asked Bruno to create all the villagers here, as well as all the puzzles hidden within them. I've asked Matthew to make news of my death public only once Flora has grown past childhood. So, stranger, how does my beautiful little flower look now? I imagine she's blossoming into adulthood. Equally important to me is finding someone to whom I can entrust both my daughter and my fortune. This is why the inhabitants of Saint Mystere are constantly testing the knowledge of the visitor. If you've made it this far, it means that you possess both wisdom and dedication to my daughter. I am confident that you will take good care of my fortune and Flora. This is why everything in this room, the whole of my fortune, belongs to you now. When you remove it from here, Saint Mystere will complete the objective for which it was created. I imagine the inhabitants will fall into a deep sleep from which they were never to awaken.
Now wait just a minute. Is he saying that if we take the treasures, all of Saint Mystere will just disappear?
I honestly don't know the answer to that question, Luke. But it's possible that Saint Mystere is designed to shut down the instant we lay hand on the treasure.
So if that happens, everyone will just stop? Just like puppets with the strings cut?
I leave it to you, brave traveler. Draw the curtain on Saint Mystere and lay this lifeless village to rest. Above all else, take care of my precious daughter. She's in your hands now.
Papa.
I can't believe it. If we even... I always find that, by the way, I always find it kind of strange that they call everyone Papa instead of Dad. And I always found that weird.
It's just how, some people call their families and such.
I just can't believe it. Even if we touch this treasure, all of Saint Mystere will just grind to a halt.
Flora, by right, this inheritance belongs to you. You should be the one to decide what's done with it.
I don't want it.
But why ever not, my dear?
The people who live here have been with me for so long. Curious as this village is, it's watched me grow up. I want Saint Mystere, my village, to stay as it is, forever.
I see. Then so it shall be. But what of you, Flora? Will you stay here with your village?
So, yeah. The real golden apple, along with the fortune, was actually Flora, the late Baron Reinhold's daughter. He was actually looking for someone to be a worthy guardian for Flora after his passing.
Makes sense.
And now she's going to live with us. Are you sure this is quite alright, madam? Certainly. If leaving will make Flora happy, I like nothing more than to see her off with a smile.
And they're gonna deactivate her soon.
Yep.
Now let's see this cutscene.
So, yep, we've come to the end of Professor Layton and the Curious Village.
Yeah, they're deactivated. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
So now she's part of the team now, in other words, right?
Village.
So now she's part of the team.
Yep. Yep. Now she's a family of Layton.
What an astonishing village that was, Professor Layton. Does this mean you'll be gracing the front page of the London Times again sometime soon?
No, Luke. Saint Mystere's secret must stay between us.
Huh? Why do you say that?
You see, my dear boy, we don't want people to make a spectacle of Flora. That wouldn't be right.
The secret must stay between us, but if you want to write this incredibly long, detailed plan to your pen pal, go right ahead.
Well, one must always put a lady's needs first. That's what a gentleman does.
Yeah. Alrighty, so that was Professor Layton and the Curious Village, the very first Layton game in the series. While we wait for Justin to come back, I want you to go first and give me your first impressions on this game. I want to go last anyway, so go ahead and give me your first impressions on this game.
I'll be happy to go first.
Alrighty.
So, Professor Layton, the Curious Village. The first time we tried this game back in 2018, I wasn't that interested in it because it wasn't something that appealed to me. But over time, when we played it again, it kind of ignited me and really got me interested in the story. The characters were good.
7
I
out
liked
of
the
10.
story, and the puzzles were some of them were hard, I will admit, but other than that, so as a game, though this game was pretty good. The puzzles were good. The characters were likable and everything. So, as for me, for this being my first Layton game, I will give it a 8.5 out of 10.
Alrighty. How did you feel about the story overall? Like not just the story, but how did you feel about the twist ending overall? About the characters all being robots and all this is just a constructed town.
The story as a whole, I give it a 10 out of 10. This story was amazing.
Alrighty.
Like, I wasn't expecting that twist and everything.
Alrighty. Alrighty, and you said you like the puzzles. How did you feel about the mini games for this first game?
Yeah, this is an 8.5 out of 10. For this being my first Layton game, this was very good. 8.5 out of 10.
Alrighty. Oh, Justin, I know you just gave your rating, but can you at least give a little bit more detail on why you give it a 7?
No.
You're just gonna give it a 7?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, just a little bit more detail. I know you got a little bit more.
It was a good game, but
The Professor Layton series were never really that much most go-to series. I mean, I understand. I'll be honest. Yeah, the Professor Layton series are definitely not for everyone. Especially those that are not fan of logical puzzles or just like puzzles in general. If you don't like the idea of solving puzzles or anything, then this game is definitely not for you. Or at least it's not for you to play. Because I will say it is one of those games where like if you don't like the idea of solving puzzles, then you should at least still watch it for the story and such. Because like I said, the first time I played the Layton games was when I was playing the Phoenix Wright series, and I know that like this game did a crossover with Professor Layton and such. So I knew sooner or later I was going to have to try the Layton games if I wanted to do the crossover game. And when I first played it, I actually had a lot of fun with this game. I had a lot of fun exploring around the town. I had a lot of fun going along with the story and trying to solve it along with, Layton and Luke and such. So let me talk about Saint Mystere first. I really do love the town of Saint Mystere, and I love how the way the team, build the whole game around Saint Mystere. Let me collect my thoughts a little bit right here. So I do like that that during each chapter you do get the sense of idea that Saint Mystere is not as normal as you may seem it is. There is something about Saint Mystere that is just off-putting to you, but you can't quite put your finger on it. And I will admit that in terms of the later Layton games and such, the twist here is a little bit. I wouldn't say weak, but it is more a little bit predictable and such, because, once you see the two cogs and everything, you're like, yeah, it's gotta be robots and such. I will admit, the twist may be a little weak for some, but for the first Layton game and such, I think the twist actually worked in this game, especially, given the clues and given the hints that, each of the villagers have given you. If you were to go to this game 100%, if you were to go to this game 100%, each of the villagers, you know, give you like little hints and such about like, you know, what they think about, you know,
we're
this
having
town
a little bit
and
of technical
the tower.
difficulties on.
Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
We're having a bit of. No, we're just that the computer my sister's playing Minecraft is having technical difficulties, so I'll be back in a second.
Oh,
And
alright.
I'm getting really annoyed because I've been interrupted more than 10 times already.
Okay. We'll
So
go on
give me a
ahead, and
second.
once I get done with my rating, we can let the viewers know when the next Layton game is going to be.
All right.
Anyway, but yeah, like I said, I do like on how this story. I feel like the story, as well as the chapters in this game, are nicely evenly paced. Even for going for 100% and such. Like I said, if you're going for 100% and you and the puzzles give you a decent time, then this game is fairly evenly paced, and I do like that. I like how, like, you know, yes, to be continue. I also like how in each chapter and such, like, you know. They give you more and more access to the village, and the more access you get to the village, you get to more characters. And the more characters you get, the more the mystery adds up. And I think that's a sign of really good storytelling and really a good way to keep the viewer's attention about, like, what's going on with this story and everything, like, you know, and wanting to know, like, if your theory was right about the whole town being robots and such. So, the story, I really do like. I think, you know, for a first game, they got the story down real good. Yeah, they got the story down real good and capturing, you know, people's interest in the story and wanting it to continue. I will say, when we get to the second game, while I like the idea of the story, I will admit and agree with some people, the second game's story is really weak in terms of, like, pacing. But we'll get to that when we get to that. The puzzles themselves were pretty fun. I will admit, for the most puzzles and such, they are pretty much, you know, out of nowhere and everything. It doesn't really have that much to do with the stories and such. But on their own, like, you know, they're each evenly, you know, fair, you know. Each puzzle has its own way of getting the answers and such. And even if you get it wrong, sometimes you understand how, you know, they got the answer and such, or why the answer is the right answer. For some, but I will admit, there are some puzzles that are also still really confusing on how they got the answer and such, even if you know, played it lots of times and everything. But I really do like the puzzles in the first game and such. It's been, you know, it does a really good job on, you know, keeping the puzzles difficulty fair and balanced and such again, and make them pretty fun and such. Alrighty. Actually, let's talk about the music. Oh wow, I really do love the Professor Layton soundtrack. This game especially. This game's soundtrack really kicks ass. It's just this game's soundtrack is just real good. It's really memorable and catchy. Like, there's not one soundtrack in this game that I hate and such. Like whoever composed this game did such a fantastic job, especially making use of the accordion and all the other instruments that during your stay in Saint Mystere and such. They each have a very memorable soundtrack, and I can hum each of them no matter how many times I never get sick of it and such. So I do love the music. The animation is really good in this game, especially for the cutscenes. Again, you know, it's really impressive on how they were able to do it on DS hardware and such. So I give props for the I do give props for the animation as well. Mini games. Okay, I will admit, the mini games are one of the weak aspects in this first game. Because, like I said, they're not as much mini games. Like, the only one that actually felt like a mini game was the painting one. The other one was just more you collecting stuff and everything, and just, you know, putting everything together. And there you go. That's your mini game, which really didn't matter too much or fill anything up. So. But overall, Professor Layton and the Curious Village, I still like this game for what it is. It may not be the best in the series and such, but for a first game, it does a lot of stuff really well. It does, it captures, you know, people who haven't played the series or don't know anything about the Layton series, you know. It really captures them real good on the story and such. Let's see, I think that's really about it. So, overall, I enjoy the game, even after all these years, you know. I still love playing it from time to time. So my rating for this, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I think, while maybe not my most favorite Layton game so far in the series, it is a really good game and a good one to start off with. Whew.
Okay, I'm finally back.
Alrighty. Alright, so I gave my rating for this Layton series. I just basically said I like it and everything, and yeah, even for a first game, I think it's really good. I gave it a 9 out of 10 for my rating. Alrighty. Alright, so as you see here in the to be continued, we have another Layton game coming up, but that's not going to be for a long while. We're gonna take a month. We're gonna take a month break from Professor Layton for a little bit, and come back somewhere around April and such to do the second game in the Layton series, Professor Layton and the Diabolical Box, or if you're from the UK, it's Professor Layton and Pandora's Box. So, so the second game and everything. It's not, I don't hate it and such, but in terms of the series so far, there are a lot of weak aspects, in this game and such, but we'll get to it when we get to it, but I still like it for the story. In terms of the ideas the story, it has for the story is really good. Executing it is not one of its best ones, but again, we'll get to it when we get to it. And, just like last time, you know, there are 3 mini games in that one, and I have, 1 mini game for me, 1 mini game for Toy Bonnie, and 1 mini game for Justin. So, anyway, when we get to that, we will let you know. Again, it'll be somewhere around April. So, so just be on the lookout when we make an announcement for when Diabolical Box is about to be up. And like I said, it will be a while, but soon these Layton streams will come on the gaming channel pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that. But I'm glad that you had a good time with the first Layton game, Toy Bonnie, and I'm glad Justin had a good time with the first Layton game as well too. I think you might like a little bit of Diabolical Box, at least in terms of the second half of the story and everything. But I think you might also love Unwound Future too, because like I said, the next 2 games is where the twist is actually going to start to become a little bit more complicated, but still really interesting. Alrighty, so... Alrighty, but until then, we want to thank each and every one of you for coming down to the Professor Layton stream and such. We hope you guys have enjoyed this little fun playthrough on Curious Village. If you guys have enjoyed the stream, don't forget to hit that like button. If you guys want to see us stream the next Layton game, again, which is Diabolical Box, hit that subscribe button as well. Coming soon around March, we're going to be doing, well, by the time, you know, we're streaming this, Toy Bonnie and I are going to be doing Super Mario World for our gaming channel and such. But by the time, you know, this game is finished and everything, I hope you guys are enjoying the new Ace Attorney walkthrough, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, the fan translation of it. I hope you guys are also enjoying the new RPG Summer project with Pokemon Fire Red or Leaf Green, whichever one I'm playing at this point.
Are you gonna announce the new thing we were discussing this morning before we start streaming?
Do we want to discuss it over here, or actually, yeah, let's discuss it now and such, because you never know if we're gonna post anything on there yet by the time this gets uploaded. So Toy Bonnie and I have also made a second channel where if we review any, you know, movie or TV shows together, it will be released on that channel, which is the Review Bros. So that's where we're gonna put some of our Thomas season reviews on those channels, and again, any other TV shows or movies we do a collab together and such.
Yeah, just an announcement. Once after season 7, that's where I'm gonna be joining Sequoia for every single season. So yeah, if you viewers wanted me to join Sec for every single season, well, wish granted. We're gonna be doing that.
Alrighty. Alrighty, well, that would be everything for, that would be everything. Also, don't forget to check out Eagle Scouts Myers' channels, because he does gameplays as well, too. He's doing Phantom Hourglass, and we're also doing a collab on Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. It's been a lot of fun doing it with him, so I can't wait to continue it with him. But anyway, this has been Sakura Diesel saying thank you all so much for watching, and yeah, that's Toy Bonnie Guy, and we'll see you all in the next Professor Layton stream, which again will be somewhere around April, which will be Diabolical Box. But until then, have a good day, everybody, and we'll see you all at the next Professor Layton series. So take care, everybody.